So, game number 2 just about to start, Docs.
Yep, sure is.
And I'm starting to wake up a little bit.
Oh yeah, wow. That game, that was awesome. Alrighty, so over here in the top right hand corner of Shikura's Plateau, we do have the pink Terran, the Gorilla Terran. It's going to be Liquid Jinro. And his opponent from Sydney, Australia. It is XG King's Mafia, the yellow Zerg, currently 1 up in this best of 3. And check this out, a command center first from Jinro, going up against the hash first from Mafia. Very, very cool to see.
Yep. So Jinro obviously still pretty confident. Mafia scouting, so all of this is drone just head into the natural of Jinro there. Looks like he wants to be a bit of a dick with his worker and take out Jinro's building SCV on that barracks.
What a jerk! So just managed to get one little peck on that SCV before he was forced away. Second barracks going down for Jinro, and we'll see a third one pretty soon, allowing him to completely seal that entrance to his base.
So what will be Mafia's response here to this fast expand by Jinro? He has a few options. He can take his fast third. He can also try and Baneling bust. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Spawning pool still 3/4 of the way done for Mafia. Not much in terms of tech path yet from either players.
I'd be pretty surprised if we saw him go for any sort of Baneling bust. I mean, against, you know, your average Terran on ladder, sure, always a good idea. But against someone like Jinro, I just don't think it's something that you could really pull off.
It does look like he's going for that fast third.
Yep. There we go, little drone walking down here. Will he take the main base or the natural? Looks like he's going to take the main.
He's going to take the main.
Good choice.
Yeah. Yep, most people when they're playing standard go into sort of a muscle memory mode where they always head to certain spots to look for bases and just don't expect bases in funny locations. So it's smart from Mafia to put that base there.
Oh yeah, we saw something similar yesterday from, who was it? One of our Terran players taking a sneaky base on Shikura's Plateau in the top right hand corner. What was that? Was it Protoss? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, no, it was a Terran player, yeah.
Maybe it was KZ. KZ showed us some wicked stuff yesterday.
Yeah, I reckon it might have been actually.
Yeah, man, he showed us some cool stuff yesterday. That bunker rush is going to be with me forever.
Yeah, man.
So sweet.
Reapers are back. Time for your QQ Thread Zerg players.
You know, my only regret with today's event is that it's only best of 3. I would love to see more and more games from these guys. And look at this, the 4th barracks going down for Jinro. It looks like he's going to be applying a lot of infantry pressure through Mafia over the next couple of minutes.
Yep, dropping a tech lab on the high ground there.
I would not be surprised if we see him actually pick up Combat Shield first and go for a bit of a Combat Shield Marine rush.
Well, this is pretty good work here from both players. So passive right now. Mafia actually not with any attacking units on the map at all except for Queens. Just droning and making just a spine crawler right now. Whereas Jinro looks like he's got a little bit of a Marine push heading across the map here. And Mafia doesn't have a Zelnaga watchtower, so... I'm very surprised.
This scouting SCV from Jinro actually found the secret base of Mafia in the bottom left corner, and Jinro's going to go right for it. He knows it's going to be finished about now, so, you know, he's just going to go down and take it out for free, essentially.
Yeah. I'm just really surprised that Mafia hasn't got Zerglings on the Zelnaga watchtowers. It's one of the first things you do.
Yeah, I think he's being a little bit too greedy, trying to get as many drones out as possible. I guess he feels like the barracks wall from Jinro kind of suggests that he's going to be playing a little bit passive. But definitely not. Oh, and the Zergling just realizes, as it comes out from that hatchery, that Jinro is right outside with a bunker.
Yeah, not taking any chances here. Really wants to take this third out. Wants to make it an even base between Terran and Zerg, which is obviously bad news for the Zerg. Mafia trying to save some drones and a Queen here in the bottom right. Looks like no, Mafia's not going to try and save it. He does have 16 lings on the way, but I think they are just to protect his natural. Not sure, or no, he is going to try and save it. Okay, speed just about to finish for Mafia. Got that bunker there and all these Marines, I don't know about this.
Yeah, there's no saving that hatchery. It's gone down already, and if he engages, I mean, he's just going to be throwing lings away for no reason whatsoever.
Yep, there we go. Mafia heading back home. Smarter option from Mafia. Oh, these lings are in trouble.
A little bit of a mistaken rally there. Oh, actually, it looks like he wants to kill the bunker.
Okay.
Feeling a lot of negativity towards that little force. Oh, and is the Queen going to die? The Queen actually goes down as well.
Yep, found that Queen. The Queen dropped a creep shimmer there, but yeah, unfortunately did go down. Mafia retaking that third at the bottom there. And Jinro just making so many Marines at home. Yo, bro, I heard you like Marines.
Wow.
So look at that.
Factory just about to finish up. Engineering bay on the way as well. We can see he's got pretty good saturation at both of these bases. Just comparing the harvester count, 40 SCVs for 43 drones. So pretty even for both players there. Mafia actually taking a 4th hatchery as well. in addition to replacing this third one, and a 5th macro hatch in his main base. Wow! Mafia,
Very nice.
Just all over the drones, all over the hatcheries.
I like what Jinro's done here. He's built that 3rd command center and turned it into an orbital behind behind the grass there. It's a little cute trick that I haven't seen before.
That's very cool. Okay, so those hatcheries from Mafia looking to finish up, and he has resolved his earlier mistake. He's got 1 Zergling on each of the watchtowers there.
Yep, very good.
No, oh, actually I was about to say no upgrades on the way for Mafia yet, but good to see he has that +1 armor on the way. And Jinro's +1 infantry weapons are not quite as up to speed, but also on the way, along with Stim.
Yep, so we had 4 overlords made at once there from Mafia. This SCV from Jinro really did not want to be at that Zellmager watchtower. Down it goes. The 4th from Mafia just about to finish, and he has got a queen down there ready to inject straight away. And looks like Evo chambers going up in Mafia's base lair, just about to finish. And a whole round of drones out as well.
Yeah, look at this guy, just droning like crazy, never afraid. I really, really like Mafia's bold style, even in the face of someone as intimidating as Jinro. And speaking of intimidating, look at all these barracks. It's just not stopping with Jinro. 6 barracks, 3 with reactors, and of course a starport with a reactor producing double medivacs as well.
Yep, smart work from Jinro. If you're going to go this heavy bio, you do need medivacs to make them. Well, it just makes them so much more effective. It's not even a joke how much better your Marines get when you have some healing and that stem. Reactors going on those barracks. Look at all those reactors, man. There's going to be so many Marines.
Oh yeah. And look at the harvester count now. Suddenly Mafia launching ahead, almost doubling the harvester count of Jinro. It's just crazy. He's so brave when it comes to droning.
He is.
Now if we just look at that vision of Mafia, he does know about the expansion of Jinro after taking that watchtower.
Yep.
See Baneling speed on the way. His infestation pit just finished, so we can probably expect to see that pathogen glands upgrade very soon.
Infestors worked out pretty well for him last time. He does get the Baneling upgrades speed, but we didn't even see a single Baneling in that last game. He did get the speed upgrade from memory in the last game as well, so it's just sort of a just-in-case sort of situation. Looks like Jinro is going to try to take the Zellmager watchtower pretty convincingly, sieging up for that 1 Zergling. And getting that creep tumor heading through the middle of the map here, getting a couple creep tumors actually.
Very nice to see. Jinro, of course, not wanting to engage on creep. He wants to push the creep all the way back to Mafia's base before he pushes forward. It's a bit of a common mistake we see from a lot of Terran players, where they're just happy to move out onto the creep and get overwhelmed by a huge number of Lings and Banes.
So we see a whole bunch of Banelings from Mafia here. No slouch at CVT. Mafia knows exactly what's coming at him. He does know that there's a huge Marine force in the middle of the map, which he did see with his Zergling before they killed him. So Banelings are a good option. Looks like there was a drop here from Jinro being deflected from Mafia. Very nice defense there from Mafia. Jinro, I think, might just try and drop again.
Yeah, somehow Jinro only managed to lose like 1 Marine amongst all that. I swear there was like 20 Zerglings, sorry, not SCVs, surrounding that Marine force. Zergs with SCVs? That would be scary.
So Jinro dropping again, but there's some spine crawlers in the back here, and Mafia is just knocking down these Marines as they come out. This drop completely shut down.
Yep, not as effective as Jinro was looking for, that's for sure. Just look at those harvesters again, it's 81 to 56, with Jinro sitting on 3 bases, a 4th on the way. Mafia already with 4 bases operating and a macro hatch as well. Now drop in the main, a double drop in the main actually, clearing through the spike roller, killing the queen, and picking off so many drones. I don't think there's ever snipe any tech though.
13 drones killed there from Jinro, but Mafia is still way ahead in the work count. Got 75 drones to 56 SCVs. So even with those 15 drones killed, it was still Mafia with a pretty huge worker lead here. He's been droning like a madman.
Yeah. And funnily enough, we see Mafia putting down a second spawning pool at his naturals. So preempting the fact that his spawning pool in the main might get dropped again at some time in the near future. Or maybe he was just expecting to lose it at that stage and didn't cancel the replacement.
And Doc said there's a goddamn Ultralist Cavern on the way.
Oh yeah. An Ultra Cavern and a Great Aspire on the way. Man,
Very
Mafia
nice.
really showing the tier 3 strength of Zerg in these matches. But I mean, look at this Marine tank force from Jinro. This is so much more intimidating than the one from the last game.
It's actually weird, but Stim Marines counter Ultras so badly.
Yeah, it's insane.
and there are a lot of Marines here So I wonder why this Ultralisk Cavern's coming out. We got I suppose when the Infestors hit those fungals and the Ultras become so much more effective, it's ridiculous.
I think the reason for the Ultra Cavern is just that Mafia wants to have a wide range of tech switches available to him. So that, you might go with the Broodlords, force some sort of tech switch and then swap to Ultras, something like that. Oh, and those Broodlords being caught right at the front.
Oh, there they go. So Mafia trying to stop every little Marine force that comes through. Jinro wants to snipe that Broodlord Cocoon. Looks like he's going to get an Infestor, I think.
Oh, there's a Broodlord Cocoon on 13 HP that he's neglecting. Oh, and it just goes down.
When it hatches. And as you know, when the Broodlord hatches, it gets all its HP back. So it's attacking those siege tanks now, or just the one so far. Jinro got a nice spread on his units here, but there's just not that much in the middle of the map from Jinro, funnily enough.
Yeah, he's actually not committed his entire force to this, surprisingly. And supply counts have now evened up between both players. Those Broodlords being picked apart in seconds. Jinro not making the same mistakes as last time, that's for sure.
Yeah, Vikings was really what he needed at the end of that last game, and Vikings is what he has. So as we can see, engagement's going in Jinro's favor this time, even though the unit mix from Mafia is pretty similar.
Yeah,
you see Ultras on the way. Oh, there is one in the map already. 2 more, 3 more, 5 more Ultras on the way from Mafia. Holy vajolies.
There was a drop in the bottom left base. It only just managed to kill off the Queen before it was picked up by Infestors. Unfortunately, the entire Marine force being lost in the medevac as it was destroyed by fungal growth. I gotta say, these Ultras, they could play a pretty important role in this game. They'll soak up a lot of damage. Those Marines only have +2/+2, but Ghosts are on the way. So they're going to have a very, very limited window to try and do some damage here.
Yeah, they can do damage though. Let's not kid ourselves. +5 armor done for the Ultras. Also the +2 attack. They're going to look pretty good if you can get a good fungal here. So, and he'll get that chance. Looks like we've got a Thor being dropped on the high ground with a turret being built up there.
Very cool.
Very cute.
And here we go, Infestors creeping forward, throwing down some Infested Terrans to get some sort of indication of the tank range.
And possibly a Viking or two, no. So siege tanks on the high ground here, using that terrain. Jinro, I actually haven't seen this before. I used to do this when I was practicing Terran back in the day, but I've never done this on the high ground before.
And here we go, all of the Zerglings and Ultras swarming in. There are no Banelings in this force, but the Ultras actually getting a little bit stuck with the pathing of the units on the top ground. And here we go, Banelings actually arriving, taking down quite a few Marines. And I think with those Infested Terrans, Mafia might actually be able to clean up what's on the high ground and start pushing this third base.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he's pushing back to Jinro's third here. There's a bunker here. Ultras are tearing through it so fast though. Huge Baneling hit on those Marines here. Siege tank going down, but Jinro looking like he's in so much trouble. Mafia looking like he's going to be taking a 2-0 against this Swedish hero.
It may very well happen. We've got a bunch of Marines producing at the moment. There are 2 tanks coming out to try and deal with these Ultras, and of course with a wall in the way, the Ultras are much, much less efficient. Another drop happening down at the force base of Mafia, picking up a Queen again by the looks of it, but being cleaned up by this huge force of Zerglings.
Yeah, so we have the main force of Mafia heading through the middle of the map here, trying to get always so close to that worker line of Jinro that's going between the bases. That is a planetary that he's heading to. Couple Marines there really having a bad day.
And I gotta say, with Mafia banking over 2k minerals and 1.7k gas, 190 supply against Jinro with barely any money at all.
Oh, and it's not a complete wall.
Oh, that fungal! Catching so many Marines, I think Mafia has definitely got this in the bag.
Oh my god, so good from Mafia. This is not the result I expected from this game, but oh my god, I'm so happy for Mafia right now. Taking out Jinro, one of the biggest pro gamers in StarCraft 2.
This is insane.
Oh my god. Early upsets here in the Docks Cup. Holy.
Yeah. Mafia's planted himself on the production facilities of Jinro. I mean, Jinro is still going with these drops down here at the bottom left base, but it's just not really going to get him back into the game, I don't think.
No, I'd say that when there's Ultralisks on your production facilities, it's not looking so great for you.
No way.
Oh, snipes on those Ultras, very nice.
But I mean, look at the reinforcements here from Mafia. Another huge wave of Zerglings streaming across the map. He's just going to be able to keep throwing these waves at Jinro until eventually he runs out of Marines to kite with. And that's a GG
and
for Jinro.
Jinro burst a GG.
Wow. Go Mafia.
Oh my god.